The Barnstormers were a team of professional baseball players from the major leagues who would play in games in the Deep South, primarily in the off season, and they would play games typically against other black players from the Negro leagues down there. The Barnstormers were black professional players from the major leagues, and so Willie was a Barnstormer for a number of years in the 50s and early 60s, and it was important because first it allowed Willie to make money in the off season. This was at a time when professional players had to find some other job in the off season. They would work in a hardware store, they'd work in a restaurant, because they didn't make that much money playing professional baseball. But it was significant also in kind of Willie's baseball career, in that Willie now got to play in front of fans in Florida, in Texas, in South Carolina, in Southern California, where fans otherwise couldn't see him play. So it extended the Willie Mays brand name. And I think what was also kind of neat about it was that in 1955, Willie probably played on the greatest team in the history of baseball. Willie played on a team that had 4 future Hall of Famers just in the outfield itself: Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Larry Doby, and Monty Irvin. There was also other great players on it, like Roy Campanella and Don Newcomb. And so this team played in the Barnstorming League. They won 28 straight games. Granted, they weren't playing other major league caliber teams, but no team would have ever beaten this ball club. And there are great stories surrounding those Barnstorming days.
Did it affect his Major League Baseball play?
It only affected it in that it tired him out, because Willie just played baseball nonstop, and I think that did have a cumulative effect on Willie, particularly later in his career, where he did suffer these exhaustion spells where he would collapse on the field and had to be hospitalized. Willie didn't just play a lot, but he only played one way, all out. It didn't matter if he was playing in a spring training game, for a Barnstorming league, whatever. Willie would crash into walls, run over catchers, dive for balls, and that did have a cumulative effect on Willie's health.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.